Approach anxiety is killing your dating. Let's be honest. The number one reason why your dating life sucks right now is because you don't approach. Remember this, you miss every single shot you don't take. Now that's easier said than done, and this is why you need to watch this video to the end, because I'm going to go through absolutely everything. First, I'm going to give you guys an example of how bad I actually used to be. Believe it or not, I'm sure everyone has been through this before, and this is why you need to stick till the end, because I'm going to explain to you guys step-by-step guide on how to actually overcome approach anxiety. And now I'm going to share a personal story on how I actually used to struggle with approach anxiety and how I overcame it. Growing up, when I was young, I was isolated majority of my life. All I did was go to school, go to church, read books, play some video games here and there, maybe watch like some TV series, and I did loads of sports. That's the only positive thing that I actually did, is that I kept really fit, but I was very scared of social interactions. It was so bad, but I was actually scared to speak up during a family dinner. Me going out there, even asking for time from like an old lady or something, I was like, nah, there's no way I'm even gonna do that. Like, I not only struggled with approach anxiety with women, I also struggled to make friends when I was young, because I had an approach anxiety to even speak to other individuals that were males, that were not even females. Like, that's how bad it was. And this can definitely be cured. It's not like some people were just born naturally confident and, you know, they can public speak and they can speak in front of a camera very confidently. All of these skills are learned. And if you didn't have a chance to learn them because maybe you were isolated, maybe you just didn't grow up in that social environment where you're always speaking to people, you can learn this skill. The same goes for the gym guys. You know, not everyone is born absolutely jacked. It's like, no, you go to the gym and you grow muscle. The same goes with this. This is social intelligence. This is social skills. It involves you being social, you speaking to people more often, and then you actually get more comfortable with it. So how did I personally overcome it? Well, I actually started at 20 years old. This is when I just had enough. I was tired of going to bed alone and not having any female interaction. I remember even when I was like 16, 17, all of the friends I had were basically like guys that would come up to me. I would never actually approach and make friends in college or in school. It was always like these guys were coming up to me, and then I was just like stuck with whatever friend I had, because, you know, they kind of spoke to me, and it was all because of like school or certain activities we're doing, and I was never the first person to like actually speak up and make a friend. So it was always people coming up to me, and I was just really tired of that. So at 20 years old, guys, I decided to put a stop to it, and I started going out and actually socializing. The first thing I did is I actually went out during the day and I saw this old lady. I was like, well, surely she's not gonna be rude to me because she's a bit older, so she should be more polite. And I simply just asked for the time. And she replied, and I was like, oh my God, like all of this anxiety build-up that I had, you know, of just like going up. And I asked for the time and it was absolutely fine. She said what time it was, and I was like, man, like I'm literally overthinking this way too much. And then later on, I stepped up the game. So I started, you know, saying hello to people, and eventually I got to the point where I was like, okay, now I have to go and approach a girl. So I remember my first approach, I was so nervous, and I actually approached two girls at the same time, because I was like, you know what, let me just go in balls deep. Like, I have to just get through this fear that I have of speaking to strangers. And I ended up getting a number, okay? I was so fucking stressed. Like, the girl was actually being very nice and polite. She gave me her number. I didn't get a message back or anything like that. So I think she just gave me like a fake number or something. I don't even know. I wasn't even like super attracted to the girls, but I just wanted to, you know, go over that initial fear that I had. And then I just started approaching more and more and more. And guys, with every single approach, you just get better. And you're probably thinking like, really, this guy had this problem, and like now you see him traveling the world and just like having no fear, speaking to anyone he wants? Yes, because I've been practicing this for so long, guys. And that's exactly where you can get to if you actually follow these steps. So let's go through it. Number one rule is approach within 3 seconds of seeing the girl. So if you see a chick that you're really attracted to, Now you have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and you go in. Because the more you start thinking about it, the more excuses your brain will come up with. Your mind will be like, oh, she's on her phone, she's probably busy, maybe she has a boyfriend, she might reject me, maybe she's not in the mood. It's just all of these different excuses that come in, and you end up not actually approaching, and then you just end up going home alone. And guys, this is a real thing that affects real people. I know guys that are over 6 feet tall, good looking, rich, they should be confident, and they still don't approach because they're scared of rejection. Literally, if you guys saw these guys that I'm talking about, you'd be like, oh my god, this is a perfect male, how is he struggling with this? And it's like, he has everything, but he doesn't cold approach. So every single girl that these guys meet, it's not through cold approach. It's always like through a social circle or maybe Tinder, you know, so they bypass that rejection, or maybe they DM on Instagram, which is actually a very good way of meeting new girls, guys. But you want to get over your approach anxiety, okay? Because when you actually go in there in the real world, guys, and you see a really cute girl that you want to approach and you want to give out your Instagram, you're going to have to make that approach. You're not going to like find her on Instagram, are you? You know, when you actually see her with your own eyes, you want to make that initial approach. And the problem with a lot of these guys is that they just stick with girls that like them, that approach them, that they match on Tinder or Hinge, and that's it. Or maybe they're in a club, they're really drunk, and then the girl is looking at them, or they come up to them, and then they'll get with her. But secretly, they actually want the girl that is not looking at them, and they don't know how to make that approach. So if you actually watch this video to the end, you're gonna learn exactly how to do this. So it's very important, guys, that you start small. The same with the gym. You don't go and do a Ronnie Coleman workout or a Jay Cutler workout, because you're gonna burn yourself out, and you're probably not even going to complete this workout because it's way too hard. So you wanna start small and progress over time. Progression is key. A person that goes in all guns blazing and gets absolutely destroyed and then never comes back hasn't progressed, and it's not going to actually learn and overcome this issue. The person that goes in, does a small little approach, wins, now he has positive reinforcement and comes back and keeps coming back every single day and just gets better. Slowly improves every single day. That's exactly what you want to be doing, guys. So whether that is coming in and just saying hi, it doesn't matter if you get rejected, you still took action. At the end of the day, action is what you need to be focusing on. Don't be focusing on getting the girl's number, dating the girl in the beginning if you still have approach anxiety. Any single win is a win, guys. So that means if you get rejected, good. You did the approach. It doesn't matter. I still get rejected sometimes, guys. And then guys will be like, oh yeah, but I thought if you get good at this, you can get any girl you want. And any girl that you speak to, she's gonna be on her knees and she'll want your kids. And it's like, no, not every single girl is supposed to like you. Like, do you like every single girl out there? No, you have a preference. Girls also have their own preferences. Maybe they like a blonde guy. Maybe they like a black guy. Every girl is different, guys. So you cannot be a perfect match for everybody on this planet. And that is absolutely fine. It's your job to go up there and find the girl that you connect with the best and that she also likes you. You need to eliminate this desire to be liked by everybody. So how do you start? First of all, guys, when you get out there and you haven't approached anybody in your life, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna just say hello. All right, just hello, and you just keep walking. Say good morning to people. Like, when do we stop saying good morning to everybody else? Like, when I was in Gold Coast, Australia, people just say good morning to each other. It's absolutely amazing, guys. You just walk in through the beach and people say good morning. And then you go somewhere like New York or London and people don't really do that. But it doesn't matter, guys. So you don't want to be reacting to other people. You want to be the one at the cause. So you need to take action and still say hello and actually open your mouth and speak. So let's say if you see someone and they have really nice shoes, say, hey, I like your shoes, bro. That's it. And you keep walking. And then you congratulate yourself. Positive reinforcement. You did something that most people don't do. You've opened your mouth. Now you're more social. And guys, approaching more and talking to strangers more will get you naturally in a better state. Momentum is king. The first one you do might be a little bit awkward. Maybe your voice projection is not really that great. And then the fifth one you're gonna do is going to be a lot better. Like, you're gonna see the improvement as you go along. And I'll always tell my clients to do about 5 a day. Now, you probably heard about, 5 a day, fruits and vegetables. That's exactly with this, with being social. Find 5 people that you're gonna say hello to. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, have a good day, I like your shoes. Do that 5 times and then you move on. Now, next week, I want you to progress. So now you're gonna actually stop somebody, okay? Not just like walking, saying hello and leaving. You're actually going to stop somebody and ask for directions. Progression. Then after they reply, you're gonna say, have a good day, and then you're gonna compliment them and then leave, okay? So, have a good day. Oh, I like your dress, by the way. And then you're gonna leave, all right? And you keep doing this 5 times a day now, and notice how we're just giving value. It's focused more on giving rather than taking. Let me get a number, let me get an Instagram. No, you're just getting yourself out of your comfort zone. You're working on your social skills, and you don't actually want anything from that person. Now, if that girl is interested in you, okay, you can always obviously ask for a number, get their Instagram. If she's like very talkative and she's flirting with you back and forth, but we're not in that step yet. If you have approach anxiety, you're most likely going to fumble a lot of these interactions anyway, because you're too much in your head, you don't know what you're doing, you're not relaxed, you're not present in the moment. So we want to get you to actually overcome that first, and then we can move over to flirting and more advanced stuff. Now, the next week, what I get most of my clients to do is actually, you can still warm up with like, hey, hello, how's it going? All of this sort of stuff I talked about earlier. But now when you actually see a girl that you are attracted to, you're gonna go in with intent, and you're going to be very direct. You're actually letting the girl know that you are attracted to her, and you're gonna start a conversation from there. Now, that to most of you guys watching is like, oh my God, like I have to actually let the girl know that I like her. Yes. So by that time, you would have already overcome your initial approach anxiety with people, but then you see like a really hot girl that's like an 8, 9 or 10, and you're like, fuck, I still have approach anxiety. And I see this with a lot of guys that just kind of get stuck on the initial first, second week, and they never actually progress to approaching girls that they actually like. The whole point of this, guys, is to actually progress, and we want to get laid with hot women, right? Like you want to have a hot girlfriend. So you will have to approach really hot girls. So obviously approaching a hot girl is going to feel a lot more nerve-wracking, but you have to still pull the trigger and actually do it. And the best way to do it, guys, is to approach directly. Another tip I'm gonna give you guys is go on vacation, go on a holiday, go somewhere unusual that you're not used to. It's going to feel a lot easier to approach. It's going to feel a lot more natural, because you're not going to be judged by, other people that you may know, or people just seeing you in that specific setting every single day when you walk past. Now you're on a vacation, not a lot of people know you, and now you're going to be a lot more confident as well, because you're going to have that sense of freedom. Or you just simply come see me for one-on-one coaching, and usually when guys come to see me, already they feel a lot more confident, because now they've got someone to actually keep them accountable and push them as well. Lastly, I'm going to talk about mindset, guys. What you focus on is what you give power to, and it will grow. So for example, if you're out there watching porn every single day and your mindset is, I can't meet any women, guess what? You probably will end up watching more porn every single day. More. It's very repetitive. So when you actually go out there and you make the approach, you need to give yourself positive self-talk, positive reinforcement. Who has the balls to do that? Most guys don't. I'm telling you, actual chads that I know, trust me, I have loads of friends all around the world, guys, and they still struggle with this. So every single time you go out there and you approach a hot girl that you actually like, give yourself positive reinforcement, because who has the balls to do that? And later on, you can even take this further and actually say to yourself, approach anxiety doesn't exist. And it just simply doesn't exist. You won't actually feel it. And to be honest, when I do, I actually get excited, because I'm like, oh, I'm still alive. Like, I'm not like dead inside. So these are some of the hacks that I have personally used in my life to overcome approach anxiety. If you want more details on this, you can check out my program, Maximize Your Dating. It will be linked down below, and this will actually go a lot more in depth. You're also going to get access to a specific dedicated WhatsApp group, so you can actually connect with other like-minded individuals, keep yourself accountable. If you want to hire me for one-on-one coaching, you can DM me the word coach on Instagram, and I'll get back to you. Like the video, guys. If you made it till the end, comment down below, let me know your thoughts and what you want to see in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and click that bell so you're notified every single time I'll post a new video. That is it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.